Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to play Voxel Tycoon. Now this game is currently in pre-alpha, so it's very early. It was recommended to me by one of my patrons, so I thought we should obviously name my company after him. Now let me tell you how this company, Sampstra, came to be. Let me present the scene first. There are two people kind of standing around at work when their boss yells at them, "Hey you two, stop lazing around and go to work!" You know, Xemex, I really hate this job. Why can't we just do something else?
Well, I have an idea. What if we started a company?
Like, what kind of company?
I don't know, freight company? We could do that.
That seems really difficult.
I know, but we're smart guys, Robert. I'm sure we can handle it.
Okay, how about we make a bet? We both start a freight company, and we'll see in a year who has the most successful one.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Now, if you want to see Robert's company, Robert's Trucks, not Ducks, check out my Let's Play of Freight Simulator, and today I'll show you Xemex's company. Clearly the boys are not good at naming, but maybe they're good at handling business. Now the world seed represents what kind of map you get. I'm just gonna put one of my patrons' names here as well, because why not? We start in the boys' town. Okay. Alright, this is a good place to do business, I'm sure it is. Look around for resource deposit to start mining from buy vehicles and select city demands. If you're a girl in a boys town, do like the boys pay you to visit, or do you have to pay to visit? Like how does that work? Like what are the... Also, if you're a man in a boys town, do you have to pay a fine? Like you were just supposed to be a boy and you're just too old now? Like sorry, you're not a boy anymore. You're a man now. Go back. Oh, such a ridiculous name for a town. Okay. When you're ready, make more. Okay. So essentially the way this works is that you're given a region, in our case, Boys Town. And if you want to work in a different region, then you'd have to pay an additional amount of money. For example, if you wanted to do stuff in Utrecht region. Within our Boys Town, we've got multiple cities. So we've got this Green River, which requires wood and iron ore at the moment. If you grow the city enough, it will have more demand. So iron ore is actually pretty close. It's not too bad. Then we've got Asheville, which also wants iron ore, and Boys Town, which wants coal. Alright, so we're gonna go with... I think we're gonna bring coal to Boys Town and iron ore to... Okay, wait, where is wood? Oh, wood is here. So this is actually interesting because Green River wants both wood and iron ore, and we could connect this up in a pretty cheap way. So we're gonna start up here. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to build your headquarters, and you want to build it in one specific settlement, and the prices in the settlement are going to be increased. So I'm going to place my headquarters right here, and I'm going to increase the road there, kind of extend it, let's say. Then we're going to start building. I like to build my factories first, and only then the roads, because it can occasionally be a bit difficult to sort of connect the road in the right way, so it's better if you've got this stuff first. So first thing we're going to build is we're going to build a sawmill over here. We're going to build it anywhere in the forest, doesn't really matter where, so we're going to build it that way. Now there's this red range around it. Within that range we need to build our freight station. Let me show it off, like so. Like that. Actually, we should probably build it this way. Now, this is going to, if it's in the red range of the high red, it's going to be connected for, it means that it's connected towards the factory. So we're going to place it like that. Now we're going to build a road from there to here. Oh, that's not what I... Oh, it's because there's increase in the range. Okay, let's connect it up this way then. It's going to look a bit better. Because if it just was kind of around, it would look rather ridiculous. So we're going to do it like this. So we have a connection. Now we're also going to grab this road and connect it here towards the iron ore. So let's grab another freight station, let's say this way. That seems reasonable. And we're going to place an iron mine kind of in there. It doesn't really matter where, like that. Now again, let me connect the road up from here straight to there. Perfect. Now, we've got our station, we've got our Green River East Station and Boys Town North, and we're gonna need one more freight station over here. Now, the position of your freight station inside the city is actually really, really important because it determines how much profit you can make. So we're gonna see here the profit. So you can see that the wood sawmill is giving me 100% profit. However, the other one is only giving me 74%. And the reason for that is because the red thing is not as well in range. So we wanna make sure that the red thing is as well in range as possible. Can I build a road this way? Because like I don't know if I can fit it in there. No. And that's the problem. Not even like this? No. Because there's like a steepness there. So we gotta have to kind of... We could potentially go with the road like this way. I don't know if that would be helpful actually. Let me check the freight station again. If I were to build it this way, 90 and 83%, 100%, and 93 and 85 is the best we can do. If I turn it this way, we're gonna get 96 and 93. That's pretty good. Let's do that. We're also gonna connect up the road further that way. Perfect. Now, so we've got our freight station. Now, next thing we gotta do is we gotta build our trucks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build. Oh, we gotta pause the time, by the way. I'm going to build here a garage so that I can start buying my trucks. I'm gonna place it. I don't know. Let's place it here, for example. Why can't I build there? What's the problem? Yeah, like that. And we're going to get our very first truck. So we're going to buy a truck. When you buy a truck, you already need to set up like what kind of thing it's going to carry. So we're going to start off with the coal. So we're going to place here for coal. Oh, it's not coal, it's iron ore. Sorry, iron ore then. We're going to buy this truck and we're going to give it a route. We're going to set this up to a new route, which is going to be coal green. I think it's called Green, the city, right? Green River. Okay. And we're going to set up first we want to fully load here in Boys Town North, and then we want to fully unload over here in Green River North. And we're going to set up this car for that. And now the car is on. Now we also have a copy tool somewhere. So if we're gonna buy one more, we can immediately set up the route here. You're gonna see it in a moment. We're gonna set up the route to the Coal Green River. And we could also copy the cars in here. So I could click on this and immediately get a new one. We're gonna start off with 5 cars and we're gonna turn them all on. Because I copied them, they automatically get the road that we were given to it. So they're all ready. So once we turn on the time, they're all gonna go. So we've got our cars for this. Now we also need a set of cars for this green, for this wood. So I'm going to buy a new car. We're gonna buy this AA truck. We're gonna say wood, yeah. We're gonna set it a new route. We're gonna set this is going to be green, or actually wood, Green River. Okay. We're gonna say to fully load over there and then fully unload over here. And we're going to copy it. Actually, we should turn it on. We'll do 5 of these as well, I think. So let's do 5 of each. All right, we've got our cars ready, so they're going to start moving. And we're going to follow them to kind of ride with them eventually. But before we do that, there's one more thing we got to do. We got to build a laboratory, which is going to allow us to do research. I'm going to place it there. And we're going to pick our very first research. So what do we want to research is the question. So what's important is that sometimes the research just needs time and money, like this manufacturer, which is going to allow us to build connectors and conveyors, because you can have conveyor belts, which is really good if you have factories near each other. Instead of bothering with trucks, you can just build conveyor belts, which I think is going to be very cool. But sometimes research requires additional stuff. Like for example, in order to get mining too, you need to have a wooden beam. So you need to build them in your own factory. So I think the first thing that we are going to start working on is probably the manufacturing. It costs us 70k and it's going to need 20 days. So we're going to start working on that. And now we're going to turn on the time. Now we're going to follow one of these trucks like this one. You can click on this follow vehicle so we can kind of watch the way it rides like this. You could also ride the vehicle like this. Now ride doesn't mean that you like control it, but you could zoom in and out, and you could look around with your mouse, so we can kind of look like, oh, look at the city in the back. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Look, Semix is riding this car.
You know, I might be the boss, but I want my people to know that I'm part of them, so I'm going to do this first delivery myself, because that's the kind of boss I want to be. Not like some unnamed boss that I had to work under. She was a woman and her name started with an S, but I'm not gonna say any more because I don't want to badly talk about my boss.
Alright, let's follow this vehicle away. We're gonna speed up the time a little bit so we can show it off. Now this iron factory is almost full. It got 54 out of 58, and we want to check once the tracks come like the second time around, to what number are we getting here, to see whether we need more tracks for this or whether 5 tracks are enough. We're gonna find out. So this is getting down to like 42. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna be full. So we could definitely have a lot more tracks for this one factory. Oh, and we can see the wood guy is actually much faster because the path there is shorter. How are you doing? 52 out of 58. Yeah, it's totally gonna be full. So we could have a lot more trucks, so we're gonna get them soon. But essentially, actually, let me ride the truck here, because it's really nice in the city. When you're outside of the city, yeah, there's not much to see. But here, I like how that road just like ends in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully the city will come up. So we've got this little garage here. That's where we came from. And now we're gonna move to my... Where's my depot? Yeah, here. No, not here. Forget where I built it. Come on, depot. Well, freight station, not a depot. Anyway, we can look around this place and kind of watch where we're moving. Okay, this way. I totally forgot where I am. Ooh, but I love that we can see the other trucks. Okay, this is where we stop? Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of all of our stuff and then we're gonna keep moving. Alright, so let's leave this car. Now this is going to allow us to make money. As you're gonna see over here, this is starting to make a little bit of money for us. You could also click down here so that you can see our information. So now one thing you gotta watch out for was that this also increases like one-time expenses, like for example the new vehicle. So this looks terrible even though it's actually quite good, not bad. Now, we are probably going to need a few more vehicles, so let me buy a couple more trucks. Let me get like 2 more for the coal, I think, and maybe 2 more. Oh, I should have copied it, now I have to do it again. Oh, my mistake. Wait, it's iron ore, it's not coal, right? I think it's iron ore. Alright, so I didn't actually set anything up for this new car. I think it's this one? No, this one? Yeah, so we gotta set up the route like this. Wait, it says coal, is it coal? It's not coal. It's called coal, but it's iron ore. That was my mistake. We should probably rename the route. Which... I'll be honest with you, I don't know how you can rename a route. You can make a new one. But renaming... And you can change the stations, but... We'll leave the name. My mistake, never mind. You wanted to make also 2 more for the wood thing, so let's do that. We're gonna buy... Oh, we don't have enough money. Alright, so that's okay. Because we could borrow more money. It's not a problem. Yeah. We want to stop at the vehicle. That's fine. Let's borrow 25 more thousand. We're not gonna buy too much more. It's okay. And we're not gonna build it just yet then. We're just gonna wait it out. We're paying a lot for the research. As you're gonna see, like 38,000. You probably don't need to research this early in the game, but I do want to show it off so that you know what can you do in the game. In this kind of way, I really like how this is kind of getting built up. 39. Oh yeah, so it seems like we are handling this okay, especially with then 2 extra vehicles that we got. So we should be alright on that. Alright, now one thing to watch out for is that if your supply rate is too high, which just isn't in this case, but if it were, the prices would lower. So essentially if your demand is too high, then if your supply is too high, and then they aren't going to pay you so much because they know like you have it anyway, so you'll sell it even for less money. But that's not the case for us right now. We delivered 60 out of 120 in the last 3 days and 50 out of 125. But soon we're going to have like a higher demand. You can see it's already increasing from low to medium. So then the prices are going to get lowered. But the population growth will increase, which means that there will be more buildings and more stuff that they will want to make. We're almost going to finish on our research. Probably not going to set up a next research immediately because we want to make sure that we're making money. And the research is just really expensive. So if you immediately jump towards something else, you might end up not making money, even though you could be. So that's something to watch out for. Now, you could also build a warehouse. Warehouses are especially useful with the research because they allow you to store different kind of things. Like, for example, you could store coal, which you can then use in the lab for research. Similarly, we could build new factories. Once we unlock them, we don't have that quite yet. Now you can see that we're already making a little bit of a profit because we are not buying any new vehicles this month, and we're going to be making a lot more in trade. And we're not going to be paying 70,000 in research, so actually should be profitable. We're still paying our loan interest, building maintenance, and that's only 9 or 10,000, so it should be all right. Now you can also see here the number of people in the city, and also the number of people affects not only the growth of the city itself, but also the growth of the different companies. So once the population get increased, the company is going to increase the level, and it's going to be growing instead of shrinking, so they want more stuff and so on. Now, how are we looking with these factories? With this mining, I mean, do we need more cars is my question. 52. Yeah, I think we could get away with more, a little bit more. Alternatively, we could create a road and put the wood elsewhere. Who else wants wood? Just out of curiosity? Nobody, actually, interestingly enough. We have these guys who want iron ore, but I don't know if we want to set up the whole sort of building over here in this direction. I think we might not just see. Now you can see we're starting to make a lot of money. We're making 30,000, which is quite nice. But like I said, I want a few more stuff. So we're gonna buy that wood card that we wanted, and we're going to give it the wood green river, and we're gonna turn it on. So it's gonna go and it's gonna help out a little bit with the wood thing. How are we doing with our production here? 100. Yeah, so we're actually producing a bit too much, so they want less money. But like I said, it's good for the city, so you don't have to worry too much about it, because the city will grow, and then they'll grow, and then they'll ideally also, once they get to 500 people, actually, to increase the demand limit. So that's gonna take a little while, but that's okay. So actually, I do think that the decision would be to create a road towards Asheville and possibly create another set of trucks down here. Could we just go straight down? We could. It's gonna be quite expensive though. As you see, this road is not exactly cheap. This would cost me 195,000. If you went around, it would probably be cheaper. Like if you, for example, connected up to this, it's only 43,000, but it's still quite expensive. And you might want to say, well, that we should do research instead. But let me show you off the research just so we can see it. But I really think it's not the best decision right now. Because, yeah, we just don't get the money. The next thing we could do is iron smelting. For that, we would need iron ore, which we have available, but it's really expensive. However, it would allow us to do an alloy smelter and create an iron bar. So if there was a city that had that demand, we could then supply it for them if you want to. I think actually these guys, Utah wants iron bar. So if we were to unlock the permit for this city, let me just unclick the road, yeah. We could unlock it for 1 million, which we definitely don't have right now. But then we could, you know, like produce the iron beam, which actually would be pretty nice because, well, actually we would have to drive it from here, which is not the closest, but it's not the worst either. How are we doing on our money? Yeah, we paid a little bit for new vehicles, 29,000, and construction another 20,000 for the road. But yeah, you can see we're making some nice money. Let me actually speed it up in more. See, so we're already making money. And we're probably going to get some loan to actually do this road, because I would like to do that. Let's connect it up. Can I not turn? Like that. I'm going to connect it up this way. And then Build a connection like that. Probably going to need to increase our loan here. Again, we wouldn't need to, but for the sake of like showing stuff off, we're gonna do it. So let's borrow a little bit more money. And we're gonna build a road this way. I think actually this way. This requires the lowest amount of like bridges and things like that. Nice. So now that we connected it, we're gonna build one more freight station over here. We need it to be near. Well, actually, that's not near enough. No, that's terrible. Can I build a road like that? No, you can, because it doesn't like, it's not the right kind of intersection. How about here? Not that either. But we could build it this way and then maybe backwards a bit. If I were to build the freight station here, yeah, 97%. If I build it like this, 88. Yeah, 97 is good enough. We'll do it. Asheville Southeast. Alright, so we are going to, I'm probably going to grab this garage. I don't think I want to bother with the new garage. Again, we don't have the money right now, so we're going to borrow a little bit more. And we're going to carry some of the iron down here. So for 135, how many trucks do we've got for this? For this thing, we've got... For the coal, which is the iron ore, we've got 7. So we would ideally like 7. We don't have money for 7, so we're just going to buy like 2 maybe. Let's set up a new route, fully load, and we're gonna name this one iron ore actually properly, not like the last one. It was a bit of a fail on my part, but it's gonna be okay. Iron ore, yeah, Asheville Southeast, thank you very much. And we'll turn it on. And we're also going to add a couple more cars like this. Iron ore will put you on the iron ore Asheville side, and we're going to copy it once. Can we copy it twice? If you wait a moment. Yeah, we can. Okay. So we have 4 of those now. Let's borrow some more money. We said 7, so we're going to borrow a bit more. Copy it once, twice. We had 4, so, and we added 3 more, so now we're gonna have 7. I think. We're gonna check it in a moment. Let's just turn all of these off. And we're gonna move down here. It's gonna take them a while to even get here. Now we're gonna need to check like whether 14 cars actually might be a bit much for just one of these. But we'll find out. Oh, also, good point. The problem right now is that they have to drive all the ways so that they'll be able to turn around. So we need to add a little bit of a road like this, let's say. Like that. So that they have the ability to turn around. I assume that this is just the case for the alpha. Later, I assume they'll be able to turn around somewhat better. But this should at least allow them... Oh, we have to do one more in the opposite direction as well. So let's do one more like that. And yeah, you can see that they're now turning around and coming back. Otherwise, the problem is that they have to drive all the way through, which is kind of irritating. I assume there'll be something a bit better than this that you can do later in the game. Oh, I mean, later in development of the game. But we'll see. Alright, so we are delivering a little bit on this. Not much. But how is this looking? Yeah, we've got our 7 cars. And yeah, we've got 1 car there. Yeah, it has taken a long time. I said they had to drive like all the way through to probably to the wood here and down here to this place to be able to turn around. But yeah, now we fixed it. We fixed it and we should be making even more money. How much money did we make? We made 67,000 in trade last month. I repaid 25,000 by the way. We're gonna see how much we can make this month now that we have also increased or given production to down here. Yeah, they're moving back. We did wanted to check this thing, this mine. It's actually handling itself pretty well. Like we have 14 cars and it's not having too much of a problem. Maybe I spoke too soon. But then again, it's gonna take a long while before the cars come together. They're not spread out very well, so they all sort of come at the same time. And then you have a bit of time and then they come back again. So yeah, we're handling this pretty well. Got to 54 before the next set of cars came, but yeah, it's okay. 58 again. 14 cars and it's still fine. Now I want to see how much we're going to be making here. So we're going to wait till the end of the month a little bit. Move to 81,000 at least, which is quite nice. How much population? 464 to get additional demand, so that's definitely going to take a while, but we're moving. Some Except is doing quite well. Are we going to get 100,000? I think we are. It's going to be really, really nice. So yeah, we're starting to make a lot of cash flow per month, which is quite nice because that might allow us to start off research. Still, the research is expensive, but maybe. I would like to also ideally repay some of the loans because we're paying almost 10,000 a month, which is quite a bit. Yeah, okay. So you can see that this city is now growing. Ooh, citizens are celebrating a town status. Very, very nice. 439 is the population. Now we only need a little bit more to get additional demand. Also, since we're actually just like driving around, you should just drive in one of these. So let's go in the fastest speed. It's gonna be a whoa. Okay, we'll go with medium speed. And the fastest speed is a bit too much. I don't think it looks that great, but I do like moving around here. Look at this. We're moving through Boys Town. Just flying through. We're not stopping. What is this? Look at this. It's like down up. That's kind of funny. But I do like it. Now some of you might ask, is Xemix driving this car? Nope. He's driving a different one. This one is driven by one of the boys from Boys Town. Apparently. 439 is good, but it's not enough actually. It's a bit unfortunate. How is Casper doing? Sorry, Green River, not Casper. Yeah, Green River doesn't really grow very much. It's like, nah, not really. They do not seem to care. But I do like they now have 100,000. That's really good. So now we might be able to start off the research again. But I actually think we might end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down the comments. And you can click on the right to watch some other games that you might enjoy. I'll see you there. Bye bye.